So, all right. So this is Pinak here today, and I have my student Jafar and Guru, and I think Guru's camera is off, and most of the time we generally keep meeting for our regular training sessions. So today also we'll learn a very important topic on stock market, which is algorithmic trading, and this is a hot topic all around the world as of now. So I thought like I'll just give a exposure to my students, Jafar and Guru, and for next 10 to 15 minutes, I'll just go over the presentation, and after that we can take up the questions. And so I'm just sharing my screen as of now. So what is it? Right? What is algorithmic trading? So basically, algorithmic trading is a process of using computer programs to follow a defined set of instructions for placing a trade in order to generate profits at a very fast speed and fast frequency, which may be impossible for a human trader. So basically, what we are trying to say here is we are using computers, and we are telling computers to make a decision on that based on some of our instructions written in kind of codes, most probably mostly used Python to place a trade. So that is what the basic definition of the algorithmic trading. And the defined sets of rules are based on timing, price, quantity, or any other mathematical models. So now, in the historical time, people used different kinds of strategies like price, timing, volume, quantity, and also the mathematical models. So mathematical models are when we talk about mathematical models, those are maybe the statistical models or maybe something related to the latest developments such as machine learning or artificial intelligence. Now, apart from the profit opportunities for a trader, so we have algo trading makes markets more liquid. So what does it mean is we when we have lots of orders lying in the market, so people can buy or sell at any moment of time, and thus it is a win-win situation for everybody, for a buyer and a seller in the market. And quantitative trading, high frequency trading, these are a couple of terms in the market where it is under the same umbrella of algo trading, and maybe a little bit of different sets of rules they follow, or maybe different sets of overall computing powers for a high frequency trading, or maybe a different sets of rules for a quantitative trading, or maybe the statistical models and the mathematical models are different, right? So going over to the next slide, people may ask like, what are the benefits? So basically, the benefits we can see lots of benefits around this algo trading, and it is not new. It has been done from it was like 1980s in US basically, and now it has come to India. For last couple of years, it's going on, and especially by the different kinds of institutional buyers, and now it has been used by most of the retail players, and who has a large ticket volumes beyond 1 crore or maybe 1 crore plus. So basically the benefits, if you are something like when trades executed at the best possible price, this is one of the most useful aspects of using algo trading. Another one is the instant and accurate trade order placement. So you just specify the price or maybe the time you want to execute the order, so that it can be executed as per your instruction and by the computer. Also the reduced transaction cost, because some of the time what happens is your orders are not getting filled properly, or maybe the fully. So then in that case, the exchange execute one part of your order, then it execute the second part of the order. So basically, finally, you have to pay for the different orders, number of orders. And we can also see the simultaneous check on multiple market conditions. That is one of the very useful aspects in the market. Reduce risk of human error in placing trades. So it's like, sometimes we do a mistake. Instead of sell, we do buy. Instead of buy, we do sell. So that's a common mistake people make in most of the times. And it has a very bad implication on overall PNL of your account. And yeah, that can be totally ignored, and totally can be eliminated from your trading journey, or trading routine. Also, the back testing is possible based on the historical and real-time data, because whatever strategy you are using, so that strategy can be back tested before deploying it in the real time. And this is the most most useful part of the whole story behind algorithm trading. And the last point is a kind of in the same mistakes we can avoid based on the emotional and psychological factors. Psychological factors is most important part of trading. I would say that 90% of the time your trading decisions are based on psychology rather than your mathematical biasness or statistical biasness. So psychology plays a huge role in your trading journey. And yes, the computer definitely can. It doesn't capture your human psychology, right? So that way we can ignore that mistakes caused by the human errors. So what is the process basically, right? What process the algorithmic trading follows? It's not a such click to buy or click to sell. So basically, the first step is to have a trading idea, right? Trading strategy you need to improve, or maybe you have to devise a new strategy to what to do, basically. And then you do the idea and build a model for it, right? And then we do the back testing of the strategy, whether my strategy will work, or how many times my strategy will work, how many times my strategy will fail. And then collect the performance statistics. Definitely, that should be a part of the whole journey. And if statistics are not good enough, you have to go back to the number one, and you have to devise a new strategy. And if strategy is good, and if it is significant adding significant value to your existing portfolio, then definitely you can go ahead. And finally, you have to implement into the execution platform, or maybe you can say that you have to connect it to the broker's API through it, connects API, and then you have to execute your whole plan. And lastly, that is the one you have to just click and trade. So here is a flow chart. You have a couple of strategies. You are linking it to the broker through the broker's API, and the broker is again linked to the different exchanges. It may be US exchange, it may be Indian exchange, BSE, NSE. This is the overall flow chart. Okay, so where you will start, right? So I cannot be an algorithmic trader by tomorrow. I need to learn a couple of things. The first thing is I need to learn the programming language, right? The mostly used programming language is Python as of now, and couple of other programming languages are coming into play, but I am not aware of that. Secondly, you should have a sound knowledge about the quantitative analysis, and maybe have a sound knowledge on the statistical parameters, statistical calculations. There is one most important part of the whole algorithmic trading strategy. Thirdly, the devise the strategy, right? Strategy can be very simple, strategy can be very complex, and simple strategy can be something like, if my moving average is going above 20 moving average, or maybe if my short-term moving average is going above long-term moving average, then I'll buy, otherwise I'll sell. That can be a very small, very simple trading strategy what we can devise and put it into the plan of, or maybe put it into the our platform, execution platform, through some kind of coding. And then automation is nothing but what I have already mentioned. So to putting into the code, and then to the execution platform, and then trade. That's the whole automation process. So these 4 blocks are very important when you become a algorithmic trader, right? So as I mentioned already, these are a couple of strategies people all around the globe they follow. Some of the trend following strategies: moving average, channel breakouts, etc. We have a arbitrage opportunity, buying in one exchange and selling in another exchange. Like, if you buy it in NSE here in India, you sell it in BSE, and you take advantage of the price difference of the stock price. Time weighted average price, this is a parameter, or maybe you can say it's a more kind of a indicator, and this can be used to devise your strategy again. Similarly, volume weighted average price, we call it a VWAP. And then trading range, mean reversion, so when price goes up, there is a tendency that it comes down to the mean again, and again when it goes down, there is a tendency to come up again to the mean value. So based on that movement, or that historical evidence, we can have some kind of strategy devised around that fundamental. Index fund rebalancing, this is more related to the taking advantage of some points, or maybe some basic points based on the balancing act of the holdings by index funds. Basically, it's also all about the big players, or maybe the institutions, how they rebalance their funds, or maybe their ETF funds, say index fund means ETF funds, so with respect to the benchmark index. So it may be Nasdaq, or it may be Nifty, or it may be S&P 500, anything. And that finally the mathematical model based. So this is the most latest advancement in the algorithmic trading journey. It's like proven models like delta neutral strategy. Then we have the economic calendar based NLP strategy. So it searches all the economic calendar based news, and then do a more kind of natural language processing and artificial intelligence stuff all around that, and we find out what can be the movement for a particular say Tesla, a particular stock. So if Tesla has a good news all around in the globe, or maybe Tesla has published some reports regarding the long-term opportunity, or a long-term growth plan. So you may not know that that news, or that may not you may not know that report, but based on this NLP strategy, we can find out that with web scraping and all those latest things. So this is quite a good quite an advancement in the algorithmic trading journey through AI and ML implementation. So areas of concern, I mean, there has to be some disadvantage when there is an advantage. So we can see that lack of visibility, right? We don't know what's going on behind it. I mean, we just devise a strategy and we tell that we do it. I mean, tell to the computer that you do it. So, but we do not know the visibility and what is going on behind it. So it's more kind of a black box model. So sometimes we need to think twice why it happened. Or there may be some there may be some tekuna behind the failure. Maybe it didn't execute, say. So if you do of your own, so if you do not execute, you know, right, what happened. Maybe your order value was wrong, or maybe your quantity was very high, or maybe your quantity was like in decimal point, right? But that cannot be caught up in in the in case of the algorithmic trading, because you do not know what's going on behind it. And algorithmics acting on other algorithms. So if you have multiple algorithms stacked over one another, so you don't know what happens, right? There may be interaction between the algorithms, and in that case, there will be a halt in the whole execution process, and you lose the opportunity. Which algorithm to use and what context, right? So that is also another point. See, I mean, all the stocks do not behave in a similar way. Google may behave in a different way. Facebook or maybe Apple may, it may, I mean, it may go in a different way. So in that case, all algorithms are not universal. So some algorithms may good fit for a Google stocks, something may be good fit for Apple stock. So that has to be find out. Otherwise, it will be a, it will be a, it will be a kind of, headache basically for your PNL, or maybe for your debugging process. Why, I mean, you'll be still thinking why your algo didn't work. And missing ingredients, intuitions or gut feeling. So as I talked right now, trading has a psychology element, right? Even human psychology element into it. Without human psychology, without human feeling, trading doesn't make, cannot be, I mean, it cannot be, it's not so, it will not give a better feel in most of the cases. So it's all about feeling, it's all about emotion it carries. And so in case of algorithmic trading, it lacks that human feeling, right? I mean, computer is executing everything. Definitely it's giving you profit, but without any human feeling or without any human touch, that profit doesn't mean anything. It's just a number. I mean, it's just a paper, right? It's just a virtual money. So these are a couple of concern or couple of disadvantage, or I'd say couple of negative points around the algorithmic trading. So him is Jim Simons, right? So he solved the market. So what people say is that he brought the quant revolution, and the algorithmic trading revolution he brought, and he's called as a Warren Buffett of quants. So he has a 67 CAGR compound annual growth rate, right, in his portfolio. So he has around $22 billion of net worth as of now, and world's smartest billionaire, definitely, because he's using computer all the time. So he has to be smartest. And the Warren Buffett's CAGR is around 18%, and his CAGR is 67%. So people say that within next 10 years, he'll be the richest billionaire. Right? He's the richest person in the earth. So that is what all about Jim Simons. So as I said again, advanced algo is AI/ML plus algo, NLP, computer vision. I mean, GAN, this is generative adversarial networks. These are all buzzwords all around the world as of now. Yeah, so that's all about algorithmic trading. I think you can ask questions. Let me just stop the share and go ahead.